Okay, we're on Rosh Hashanah, Perek Daled, Mishnah Tet. The last Mishnah, the ninth and last Mishnah, and the fourth and last chapter of Rosh Hashanah. Last Mishnah in Rosh Hashanah. So this Mishnah actually, it took me a while, I went through it a number of times. It's a little bit confusing, the first parts of the Mishnah. But hopefully I'll be able to explain it in a way that's clear and straightforward. We can finally come to what is the shofar? Where do you get it from? How can you bring it? What do you blow? When do you blow it? What are the blowing? It says in Mishnah, Seder Tkiot, Shalosh, Shel Shalosh, Shalosh. The order of the Tkiot are 3 times, okay, of 3 threes. Okay, 3 of 3 threes. 1 of the Malchiot, 1 Zichronot, and 1 of Shofar. So 3 threes. And Malchiot, Zichronot, and Shofar. So what are these 3 threes? Bar Tanura. Shalosh Shalosh. What is Shalosh Shalosh? Tkiya, Shua, Utkiya, L'chol Achat V'Achat. Meaning 9 Tkiot. Shalosh for Malchiot, Shalosh for Zichronot, and Shalosh for Shofarot. Okay, how do you know you need 3? How do you know you need 3? The Vishne Amar Shtei Truot v'Mikra for Rosh Hashanah. In Rosh Hashanah we find the idea of blowing the shofar twice. Utrua Achat b'Yom Kippurim and Yovel. And we also find the idea that you have to blow the shofar on Yom Kippur of Yovel 1 time. So with 3 times the shofar appears. V'Yafinan Shvi'i Shvi'i l'Gzeira Shava. When the word Shvi'i appears as Gzeira Shava. So I'll show you the psukim. Okay. Here we have a list of the psukim. One of them is in Vayikra Chav Gimel Chav Dalid. The Ber B'nai Yisrael Lemor say to the Jewish people Chodesh Hashvi B'Chad HaChodesh, on the first day of the 7th month. I'm going to make this a little bit bigger. Here we go. B'Chodesh Hashvi B'Chad HaChodesh Yeh Lechem Shabbaton Zichron Tru'ah Mikra Kodesh. It should be a Zichron Tru'ah on the 7th month. The second time it appears in Bamidbar Chav Tet Aleph. U'B'Chodesh Hashvi B'Chad HaChodesh Mikra Kodesh Yeh Lechem Kam Lechet Avodah Lo Tasu Yom Tru'ah Yeh Lechem. Again, on the Chodesh Hashvi, on the first day of the 7th month, it's a Yom Tru'ah. The third time the shofar appears, as we said, is with regard to Yovel. Vayikra Chav Hei Chet Tet. You should count the 7 years, blah, 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 7 years, the 50th year. V'havarta Shofar Tru'ah B'Chodesh Hashvi'i B'Asor L'Chodesh, the 7th month, on the 10th of the month. B'Yom HaKippurim, Ta'aviru Shofar B'Chol Artzechem. You should pass the shofar on all of your lands. Okay, I'm going to move me over here. You'll see why in a second. Okay, so, actually I'll make this a little smaller so we can see it all on one page. We can see it all together. There we go. Okay, so, the Bartanura says the following. From the fact you have this connecting tissue of Shvi'i, Shvi'i, Shvi'i in each one of these. Okay? And we know, since they're all connected, Zichron Tru'ah, Yom Tru'ah is Rosh Hashanah. But because there's a third mention of Shofar, Tru'ah, in Yom Kippur, we learn that you have to have 3 Tru'ahs. You have to blow 3 times. 1, Malkiot, Zichronot, and Shofar. Those are the 3. That's how we learn 3 by 3. 3 Shvi'is tie them together. Tru'ah, Tru'ah, Tru'ah. You're all set. That's great. Okay, so that's how you know you have 3 by 3. How much do you have to blow for each one? Shalosh, Shalosh. How do you know it has to be 3 Shalosh, 3 for each one? So the Bartanura continues. B'chol Tru'ah, continuing. Pshuta lefaneh u'pshuta lechareh. So it says Tru'ah, but every Tru'ah has to have a pshuta. A Tru'ah in our language is not a tu-tu-tu-tu-tu. A Tru'ah is the blowing of the shofar. So every shofar blowing, in its whatever form that it's supposed to be, and that's what we say Tru'ah, has to have a pshuta lefaneha u'pshuta lechareh. Has to have a pshuta, a simple blow before and a simple blow after. Meaning, in today's vernacular, we call it tkiya. A tkiya, Tru'ah, tkiya, and then the mixed blow, and then the plain. How do you know that? The Tanya, how we know shupshuta lefaneha, tamuloma v'ha'avarta, shofar, Tru'ah. Because it says you shall pass, remember, let's look at our pasuk. It says, v'ha'avarta, shofar, Tru'ah. Shofar, Tru'ah. And then it says, u'minayin shupshuta la'chareha. How do you know you have to have a pshuta afterwards? Tamuloma, ta'aviru, shofar. Harei ha'avarat tchila v'sof, u'tru'ah, beintayim. Okay, ha'avarta, shofar, ta'aviru. Okay, ha'avarta, Tru'ah, ta'aviru. Okay, ha'avarta is the pshuta, Tru'ah, pshuta. That's what the Gemara, that's what the Braita learns. So that's how you have to know. Strimple, tkiya, Tru'ah, tkiya. Great. So now I know I have 3 tkiya, Tru'ah, tkiyas. 3 times 3. Total of 9 blowings. What is each blowing? Shiur tkiya kishalosh truot. So the measurement and how long must a tkiya be It has to be 3 truot. Well, what does that help? Shi'ur tru'ah kishalosh yivavot. And the measurement of a tru'ah is 3 yivavot. So let's start with the second part, because it's going to be a little more simple. The measurement of a tru'ah is 3 yivavot. Okay, what is yivavot? Let's look at the Bartenura. Okay, shi'ur tru'ah shalosh yivavot. Shalosh kolot be'alma kol shehem. 3 kolot be'alma. So that's one interpretation, that it's a true. The tru'ah is da-da-da. Tkiya, tru'ah. The tru'ah, da-da-da. That's one. Or, yesh mefarshim, shekol yivava, hishlosha kol sheken. That every yivava is a da-da-da. And then what would be a tru'ah? It would be 3 yivavot. Da-da-da, da-da-da, da-da-da. 9. Okay, so there are 2 opinions. Is it 3 or is it 9? I made you a handy-dandy chart. Tru'ah, we have a tkiya, tru'ah, and tkiya. So the first is shalosh yivavot. First explanation, Perush Aleph, we'll underline that. Oops, Control U. Okay, a yivava is 3 kolot be'alma, da-da-da. The second explanation that we said is shalosh kolchot shel kol shehen, da-da-da, da-da-da, da-da-da. Great. So that's one. That's the 2 interpretations. Is it 1, 2, 3 or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9? That's what a tru'ah is. Now that we know that, we can go back and look at what is a tkiya. Because now that I know what a tkiya is, I know shi'ur tkiya kishalosh tru'ot. The tkiya is 3 tru'ot. But the Bartenura says something really interesting. That's, I guess, not what we would think it is. Okay? Shi'ur tkiya, the measurement of the tkiya, he says shi'ur kol ha-tkiyot. Shehen shesh tkiyot is shalosh tru'ot. Remember, we have 3 tru'ot. That's because you have to have 3 malchiot, zichronot, and shofarot. So he says the measurement of all of the kiyot is shalosh tru'ot. Nimsa, shi'ur tkiya achat kechatzi tru'ah. So one tkiya is half. So therefore, if this measurement, according to this opinion of the tru'ah, remember, was da-da-da, da-da-da, so this is half of that. Okay, a tkiya is doot, doot. That's the tkiya. It's much shorter than we're used to. Doot. So it would be doot, 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 doot. That would be according to this opinion. If the second opinion, according to the second opinion, that it's 9, it would be doot, 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 doot. I'm not blowing for you, but you get the idea. Okay? So it would be half, and altogether, the front and the end equal the 9 in the middle. Now so that's the 2 opinions of the measurements, because he says the tkiya, when it says shi'ur tkiya kishalosh truot, the shi'ur of all of the tkiya, the front and back, is equal to the one in the middle. That's what the Bartenura explains it. The Kanti says something different. He says, well, that's not what it means. A tkiya is shalosh truot. Remember, we said these truot are 3 by 3 yibabot. So he just says simply, the tkiya has to be as long as the truah. So it would be you might notice that this is very similar to what we do. In fact, that's how we paskin, that the tekiya has to be as long as the truah in the middle. And if you listen carefully, when the rabbi or whoever is paying attention, if it's a shvarim truah, the tekiya is longer. If it's a truah, the tekiya should be shorter to be commensurate with the truah in the middle. That's the way we paskin. Okay, it's a little bit confusing. Hopefully I made it as clear as I know how to make it. Okay, the Mishnah says, Ba'taka b'rishona, umashach b'shniya kishtayim. Let's say you blow the b'rishona. So, and you mashach b'shniya, you blow the first tekiya, and then you do your truah, and then you're like, why should I bother having to take a breath in the middle? Rather, I'll just do the second tekiya long enough, because I have to do 3 sets of 3. So I'm going to do one tekiya, now let's do a double. And I'll go right into the next shvarim or whatever. Go next to the truah. Sorry. And that only counts as 1. You actually have to stop and breathe in between the tekiyot. Now, you might have noticed, you'll say, why are there 9? We have a gazillion, much more than 9. So the Gemara explains that we didn't know that there became a safek, a debate about what these were. Is this the truah that you know, or is it long like a longer wail, that we call shvarim, or is it both? So we do all 3. You'll notice that each set we do 3 times. We do 3 sets of 3. First we do tkiya, shvarim truah tkiya 3 times. Then we do tkiya, shvarim truah 3 times, and then we do tkiya truah tkiya 3 times, because we have to be very careful and make sure that we follow all possible ramifications. So that's where you get 30 kolot, because this is 9 Okay, Tkiya, Shvarim, Tura, Tkiya is 10. Or no, Tkiya, Shvarim, Tura, Tkiya. Whatever, the answer is 30. It comes out to 30. You can do the math on your own. Mishnah says, Misha Beirach ve'achakach nitmana lo shofar. Let's say he said Dabu Musaf. He didn't have the shofar with him. And then nitmana lo, they appointed for him. He found a shofar. Tokea umeria betokea tkiya Tura, Tkiya shalosh pa'amim. You just do the tkiyot. So the idea is, you shouldn't think that if you daven Musaf without, you don't know, maybe you don't blow the shofar. No, you do. Kishem sheshliach tzibor chayav, kach kol yachid ve'yachid chayav. Just like the shliach tzibor is chayav in the blowing of the shofar, so too each individual. Oh no, sorry, not the blowing of the shofar. Shliach tzibor is chayav. The Bartunura says, where are we? Here we are. Bein bibrachot shel Rosh Hashanah, bein bitfilot kol Hashanah. The shliach tzibor is davening not only the brachot, but also the tefillot. Because remember, this is actually a really interesting question. We have regular davening and we have shliach tzibor davening. We have chazarat hashatz. So, should people just not daven, or should they daven with the shliach tzibor? So just like he is chayav, says at Tanakama, kach kol yachid v'yachid chayav. Every individual is obligated to daven on his own, whether it's Rosh Hashanah or the rest of the year. So then, why do we have chazarat hashatz? Interesting question. So he says, the Bartunura asks that. So they had chazarat hashatz in order to be motzi the people who didn't know. They weren't bekim. They didn't know the halacha. They didn't know, the nusach. Now that raises a fascinating, a really important question about what happens when everybody has a sidur in the age of the printing press, and should we still do chazarat hashatz? I'll leave that for your rabbi to explain. Raman Gamliel Omer, Gamliel says no. Shibach tzibur motziat harabim midei chovatam. On Rosh Hashanah, the Bartunura explains that whether you know what you're doing or you don't know what you're doing, he says not only Rosh Hashanah, so I look at the Bartunura, bein baki, bein she'eno baki, bein bibrachot Rosh Hashanah, bein b'tfilah shel kol Hashanah. Okay, so no matter what you're doing throughout the entire year, the shliach tzibur is motzi the tefillah. So if that's true, then why do we daven silently? Give him time to think. So I want to point out, it's really important to know. This is a really important topic it's pretty important to me. That back in their time, it's clear. What does that mean? Yes, there was a framework. And as we mentioned before, he had to mention the psukim. He was given the framework. But he composed a tefillah specifically for the Jewish community, for his needs, for our needs, for their needs. When they got to Rafa'enu, they knew there was Rafa'enu, and they would say, but we have this person who is sick, and we have that person who is sick. And when they got to Barech Aleinu, they would say, and this person needs a parnasah, and HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Farmer Bob's corn isn't doing so well. How much more reasonable, meaningful would tefillah be if we brought that back? We had tefillah that was personal, or at least communal for our community, and would connect to us. It's a challenge. So we pass it like the Chachamim, that you have to, the essential tefillah is the private tefillah. Okay? But on those special days that people don't know, halakha Raman Gamliel. Halakha is like Raman Gamliel, that we follow the tefillah of the shliach tzibur. I went way long. I really apologize, but it was really hard to explain without explaining it clearly in detail. This is, I guess, a good way to stop. Dedicating a lineage memory of my father, Rav Simcha B'Yitzchak Kalman. If you're still with me, you can see all these Mishnah at Mishnah.co. We'll see you in the next Masechet Ta'anit. Slikalan Masechet Rosh Hashanah. Mazal Tov.